Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in our last video, we have seen how we can add additional validation and metadata information with query parameter. So in this video, we will understand the same thing with the path parameter as well. We can also pass validation and metadata information with the path parameter. So let's get started. So we are following this official documentation of FastAPI, and let me show you what I have currently. So I have just simple API with these items in my main.py file. So let me run this API, means let me show you the localhost 8000. So it is not responding with any data. So let me go into that items URL. So as you can see, we are getting the response which we are passing from here in a return statement, right? So now if I'll go into the documentations, so let me refresh this page. So as you can see, we are having currently this items get URL. Okay, so now let's go into the path parameters and numerical validations document page. Okay, so now here let me go below and let me just copy and paste this thing. So let me copy and just paste this thing, and then we are just focusing currently on path parameter. So let me remove this uh, for just for a while. So let me remove this uh, query related things. So let me remove this, and let me go here, and then let me remove this query related things as well. Okay, so now currently we are just focusing on path. So let me refresh my page and let me do refresh. So as you can see, we are not having anything in this items page, because as you can see, our URL is expected like this format. Okay, so just a second. So this is the URL which we need to pass, like we need to pass the ID as well. So I'm just passing one ID. uh, so the ID we are getting, as you can see, we are in a response, we are getting the same ID with the key item underscore ID. So this is what we are doing. And then as you can see, our main thing is to focus on this thing. So as you can see, we are passing the required title for this parameter, path parameter. Okay, so as you can see, we are passing title, and also we can add some additional information, like let's say we want to have the ID needs to be greater than or equal to, let's say, 3. So we can also do something like this, greater than or equal to. So GE we need to pass, and equal to let's say 3. Okay, so if we pass ID like 1, then as you can see, we are getting this error, ensure this value is greater than or equal to 3. So we are not able to pass the ID, so it will give us the error. So if let's say we are passing 4, let's say we are passing 4, so as you can see, we are getting the response. So this kind of validation we can add. So we can also add like greater than. So validation will be like greater than, for greater than value, then for greater than or equal to value, then similarly for less than, so LT we need to add, then less than or equal to, so let's say LE. So this kind of thing we can add with this path parameter. Okay, and let's go into the documentation. So this is what we have done. So we have added the title of the particular path parameter, and I sometimes let's say we are passing this query parameter as well. Let's say I'm just adding that query here as well. So let's say we are passing query first here, and after we are passing this path parameter. So currently this query doesn't have any default value, and it is a required field. Okay, and let's say this is the required field, and currently this item ID also needs to be required, because we are passing that into this URL. Okay, so this order also sometimes matter. Let's say we are having some default value. Let's say we have something like this, none is equal to none. So currently this is the non-required field, right? Means this queue is not required. So sometimes Python will complain us that we must need to have the value which is required first, then only we can have the default fields, means default value related things. Okay, so this is also one thing to notice. But FastAPI has some kind of validation, like it will automatically detect this thing, means it will have something like, let me go below, and we can have some kind of this uh, parameter which we need to pass. Let's say we are passing that here. Let's say star we need to pass. Okay, let's say star we are passing, and then let me close this. Means let me remove this. So if we are passing this star here, then our order will not matter. So it will be like automatically detect that it is kind of keywords argument, or let's say quarks in the Python world. We called it as a quarks, right? So it will automatically detect that if we don't have any default value as well, then the order also will not matter anything. So it will take the parameters based on the query which we have which we have passed. So it will also automatically detect that this item ID is a part of this path parameter, and then this query is this is for coming for the query which we are passing. So this kind of thing which we have in this fast API thing. And then let's go below. So we can also pass the validation, as I mentioned you earlier. Like we can add greater than or equal to, we can add greater than. Then similarly, as you can see, we have less than and less than or equal to, right? So we can also pass the validation for float value as well. So if we have data type of the particular parameter as a float, then also we can do the same thing, but make sure you are passing greater than instead of greater than or equal to, because sometimes that point value also matters. Like if we have 0 and if we have 0.5, then also that those are the different thing, right? So we need to make sure that we are passing greater than instead of greater than or equal to. So as you can see, we have this kind of validation, like greater than for GT, and GE for greater than or equal to, less than, and less than or equal to. So yeah, that's all about this video. I think you understood the concept. If you did, then please do subscribe.